is because they can create their own plays. Whether you try and scheme them up, they're still going to be able to create more opportunities for themselves, I think.
State coaches have mentioned you were hampered a lot preseason early on with injuries. What percentage were you playing at? How much did it hold you back?
Well, so I got a concussion in camp, so I missed 10 days. So for me, I was set back a lot compared to everybody else. Right now, I'd say I'm probably at about 100%. I mean, I feel great right now. I think, the first week, I don't think I was ready to play. I mean, I had 4 days of practice for the first game, and I just, mentally, I knew what I was doing, but physically, I had to get some of the rust off. So, but right now, I feel great, and I think, I'm excited to play Saturday.
Is that true for most any injury, or when you're out for an extended period, you've almost got to play a game, or at least some part of the game to get back into it?
I mean, it's different for everybody. I mean, depending on the injury. I mean, there's a lot of so I think depending on the injury, I mean, for me, there was a lot of nervousness. Like I was kind of on edge about stuff, but I think there's always going to be an extended period of time after an injury for you to get back to where you're at. And I think that takes a lot of you're standing on a cliff type of deal. Like, hey, I got to do this just to do it. So I think it's that happened. I got to play a little bit in the Missouri game. We knocked the rust off, and since then I felt ready to go again.
Coaches mentioned they felt like you were playing faster and running faster in those games. What do you attribute that to?
Just a want to. Efforts a want to. Everybody's got it. I mean, it's all about whether you want to use it, whether you want to or not. I mean, that's all it comes down to. So, just wanting to play harder, wanting to. I mean, for me, I was frustrated that I didn't play in the first game, but I completely understood. But when I got out there, I knew that I was supposed to be out there and I was supposed to play. And now I'm in a position where I want to be.
You feel physically faster too?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do feel faster. I lost some weight over the summer. I really trimmed down and got more toned. So I think when I was able to play, I didn't realize how much faster I could play until I watched myself or realized that I was making plays that I don't think I could have beforehand. So,
how tough do you got to be to say you're at 100% with your index finger in a sling?
I mean, I actually had stitches the Wednesday before the Kansas game. I had stitches put in that night after practice, and then I played in the cast, and they came out. What was it, yesterday morning? I got my stitches out. So
that'd be 100 then.
I'm ready to go. So,
you grew up here. Why do you think people have latched on to Texas as such a big deal, being as far away as we are?
I really don't know. I mean, I think that it's just, we have a very passionate fan base. I think that they really don't like other teams, and I think they've taken the tendency to really not liking Texas, and it's completely understandable. I mean, a lot of people have their own opinions about them, and I think a lot of them are negative, so, I mean, it makes sense to me.
Do you think there's an element of this is one of the smallest states with a D1 program, and obviously Texas is the biggest state in the country?
Yeah, man. I mean, it might, it might be like that, like a underdog type of deal. I feel like that has a little background to it. So,
you can imagine the crowd energy this Saturday will probably be pretty electric. Fans are pretty excited about it. How much does that help on the defensive side? Since usually they try to quiet down for the offense when they're on the field, but for the defense, they're usually pretty rowdy.
Yeah,
how does that help?
Well, it helps for them, but at the end of the day, I love it, but it's also difficult for us. I mean, we're trying to hear things. We're trying to talk to each other. On third down, it's 3rd and 8. I mean, you can't hear anything. You can barely hear yourself think, let alone looking at somebody else trying to tell them what is going on. I mean, it's awesome because I know if I can't hear myself or I can't communicate, then I know they definitely can because I'm accustomed to it now. I'm used to it, so I can at least have an idea. Like, we're all on the same page, but I know, for an opponent, I think it's very difficult.
Can it act as a